None of your business.
None of my business?
None of your business.
In a media age where interviews have a tendency to put celebrities into preconceived narratives, there have been a few celebrities who have told their own truth and compelled interviewers and viewers to look beyond simplistic reductions. Today, we're looking at 5 strong moments when celebrities spoke for themselves. Hi friends! Before we dive into these fantastic interview moments, remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. We're about to dissect some interesting conversations that disrupted traditional presumptions and stressed the necessity for actual discourse. Let's dive in. 5. Morgan Freeman's take on race and success. Masterclass in communication. In a 2021 interview that quickly went viral.
Ridiculous. Why? You're going to relegate my history to a month? Oh, come on. What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month?
Morgan Freeman delivered a masterclass in diffusing charged questions when questioned about the role of race in achieving success. The interviewer continued to suggest that systemic barriers were insurmountable, but Freeman, with his 60 years of experience in the entertainment industry, responded serenely with his own experience and wisdom.
Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism?
Stop talking about it.
The exchange, which has since been watched millions of times, demonstrated Freeman's ability to speak about complex topics both wisely and graciously. "I don't want my life to be about one aspect of who I am," Freeman said, his customary coolness.
I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
"My journey has been shaped by a great many things: hard work, opportunity, determination, and yes, adversity. But I choose what parts of my life to emphasize." The actor, who started out in the 1960s and worked his way up from stage productions to become one of Hollywood's most respected figures, spoke from a place of deep personal experience. His journey from Mississippi to world fame provided a huge background for his orations. When the interviewer attempted to steer him back onto discussing limitations of society, Freeman filled out his view with the seriousness that has gained him one of Hollywood's most effective voices. "The biggest trap is that you can't do it. I'm not suggesting that there are no obstacles, but I will not let them make my tale or limit my future." He went on to cite examples from his own experience, including early rejections, and how he coped with them while maintaining his dignity and determination. The exchange was a powerful expression of resilience and personal definition. His response created widespread discussion about personal agency and the complexity of personal experience. Freeman's perspective emphasized the importance of honoring both systemic barriers and personal determination. 4. Samuel L. Jackson's direct challenge. In perhaps the most viral interview moment of 2022, Samuel L. Jackson countered an interviewer who seemed determined to narrow down each aspect of his career to a single story.
There's been a lot of controversy surrounding the usage of the N-word in this movie, and
No, nobody. The word would be.
Oh, I don't want to say it.
Why not?
I don't like to say it.
Have you ever said it?
No, sir.
Try it.
I don't like to say it.
Try it.
Really? Seriously?
We're not gonna have this conversation unless you say it. You want to move on to another question?
Okay. Awesome. I don't want to say it.
Come on.
You're trying to put me into a category I don't exist in. What has decided my career moves are what will provoke me as an artist, push me as a performer, and what tales I want to convey. The interviewer attempted to steer her back, but Jackson insisted. "I've played characters of every sort, heroes and villains, people who don't fit into pigeonholes. That's what acting's about. That's what storytelling's about. When you try to boil everything down into one dimension, you're missing the whole point of art." This conversation opened up a wider debate regarding creative freedom.
Okay, forget it.
Okay, I'll skip it. Sorry, guys. It was a good question.
No, it wasn't.
It was a great question.
It wasn't a great question if you can't say the word.
I
And
wanted
the
to...
need to give artists the space to create beyond scripted story. 3. Denzel Washington's perspective on opportunity. In an incredible 2017 interview, Denzel Washington was asked about limited opportunity in Hollywood. His response gave a nuanced analysis that went beyond simplistic industry access narratives.
I never looked at things as problems. I look at them as opportunities. Dreams without goals are just dreams.
Come on.
And ultimately, they fuel disappointment.
Exactly.
On the road to achieving your dreams, you must apply.
To be a great director? You wish to be a great something? Work hard. Take your time. Master your craft. I've been blessed, but I've been planting seeds of opportunity for years. The interviewer urged systemic barriers, but Washington would not yield. I'm not suggesting that there are not genuine challenges, but I am suggesting that excellence, preparation, and persistence are strong tools. When you're excellent at what you do, it becomes more difficult to refuse you opportunities.
What do you say to the men around the world who are watching this interview from someone who is their hero, regardless if it's from the screen?
Thank you. Stay on your knees. Watch me, but listen to God. Don't listen to me. I hope that the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart are pleasing in God's sight, but I'm human.
This debate led to some contemplative discussion of the relationship between individual greatness and systems change, and many applauded Washington's equable vision for personal responsibility and society development. Number 2, Terry Crews pushes assumptions in a 2019 interview. Terry Crews had to defend his intellectual freedom to create independent thought when an interviewer implied that he wasn't on expected sides.
One thing that I discovered by the time I became an adult, and I said, I knew I needed to get strong.
Explain to me how that change comes about. What shifts in your perspective?
Crews replied with a powerful intellectual independent statement. I'm not here to fulfill anybody's idea of what I should be thinking or feeling, Crews said forthrightly. My experience, my thoughts, my opinions are mine. I've lived my life, survived my demons, and have formed my opinions on that. The exchange became particularly fiery when the interviewer suggested that Crews was being disloyal to his people. His response was calm, but resolute. True diversity includes diversity of thought. We don't all have to think the same way to care about the same things. 1. Don Lemon's surprising response. Early in 2023, during an interview about representation in the media, Don Lemon surprised his interviewer.
Black people too have guns, I think.
Actually, you know, funny fact is, black people did not get to enjoy the other freedoms until their Second Amendment rights were secured. And I think that's one of the lessons that we learned.
Black people still aren't allowed to enjoy the freedoms.
I disagree with you on that, Don. I disagree with you. I think you're doing a disservice to our country.
By resisting some blanket assumptions about diversity in journalism. When asked about his experiences as a black journalist, Lemon offered a perspective that was different from the typical narrative. My career has been shaped by a variety of things, Lemon said. Yes, race is in my story, but it's not the whole story. I'm a journalist who just happens to be black, not a black journalist. There's a difference.
I think it's insulting to black people. It's insulting to me as an African American. I don't want to sit here and argue with you because it's infuriating for you to put those things together. It's not right.
When pressed further on representation, Lemon added, "Of course representation matters, but what matters more is the quality of our work, the integrity of our reporting, and our ability to connect with all viewers." The impact and aftermath. These interview moments have irreversibly altered media discourse, creating a ripple effect that continues to influence the manner in which journalists approach sensitive topics. Most media outlets have begun incorporating new training programs for their interviewers, emphasizing active listening and avoiding preconceived narratives. The viral nature of these exchanges has also led to increased scrutiny of interviewing practices across the industry. These interviews have fostered required dialogue about the power of media on public discourse. This has led to finer understanding of the manner in which media can raise or limit public debate. These days have also influenced the manner in which media platforms deal with book and talent and interview preparation. There is more awareness that actual conversations,